Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing the attackers tier list. I just did the defenders one a couple days ago. Yesterday I uploaded in a zombie spots video and it seemed to do pretty well. So maybe I'll do more of those strat videos. Just tell me in the comments if you want to see more of that. And any specific operators I can do some strats for. I can show you guys how I would play them in my games, especially in solo queue games. That's what I mainly do here on this channel. I do have the solo queue playlist. Hopefully I'll get a video up in the next couple days for you guys again. I might not upload tomorrow, so for Tuesday, but we'll see. Also, I'm going to start doing TikToks here, so make sure to follow me on TikTok. It's just @sieqe, just like my YouTube and everything. Follow me on Twitter too. I plan on posting there more, but especially the TikTok. I'm going to start doing daily uploads, I think, on there. And they're just going to be like little mini tip videos and stuff, just to help you guys out more. I'm going to try to grow my TikTok a little bit. I've been wanting to get active on there. I've only uploaded a few times so far, so just make sure you're following that for more content from me. But anyways, let's go ahead and get going on this. You guys really love the defenders tier list. I'm excited to do the attackers one. So we're going in alphabetical order once again, you can see here. So we'll be starting at Ace, ending it with Zofia. And this has all the attackers in the game, including like the new Nook change. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do this. So Ace, immediately going to be going to S tier, one of the best attackers in the game. His AK-12 is just going to shred on attack. AK-12 with a 1.5, 40 damage I think it is, with a very high fire rate. Just one of the best guns in the game overall. You can't go wrong with Ace either. You can just throw those things down, get active, start shooting people, play aggressive. It's not really like a hard breacher. That's kind of like his secondary ability. Fragger is his first ability, and then hard breacher. He's a really good secondary hard breach too to have on some maps like Clubhouse. If you have a thermite or whatever, take the Ace with you, or Habana. Take the Ace with you again. Maybe open up like Blue Hatch if you're going for the basement attack, or open up like the garage wall if you're going for the CCTV take. Just so good as a secondary hard breacher. You can always bring Ace just for the gun if you want, so that's why he's going to be S tier. S tier is pretty much operators you can bring every single round, and then you're going to be really good with him in those rounds. A tier is going to be like, they're pretty much going to work every round, but they're not like S tier level. B is going to be, sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're just you probably should pick someone else. C tier, they're going to be a little bit more situational, but they can still be good in the right hands. D tier is going to be very situational operators. Like maybe you can use them once in a blue moon and they'll be fine. But I would stay away from them. And then F tier, you should never play. You're throwing if you're taking an F tier operator. We didn't have any F tier ones in the defenders, so we'll see if we have any on this one. Okay, moving on to Amaru. I think if you play Amaru right, she can be a B tier operator. I think that's good for her. A lot of people, the way they play her, it'd be like D or F tier, because they're just throwing. They just rush into some random window or doorway. A couple of weeks back, I had somebody in my comments. They were telling me I played too scared. And then I looked on their YouTube because they had some clips uploaded, and they just literally take Amaru and rush into some random window and hope for the best. And their aim's like all over the place, but they get lucky because nobody's ready for it. That was just really funny to me. But a lot of people just play Amaru the wrong way like that. They just rush in into some random window and door and hope for the best. Sometimes that will work, but when you're playing like a good team, that's not going to be good at all. You're just throwing the round away. Even some bad teams, you might miss your shots and you're going to be a freebie, or you could just go into a frost mat or like a Fenrir trap now. It's just not a good play, just jumping into the sight window. It's really good though if you have like a drone pre-placed somewhere. That's why I'm putting your B tier. If you have like a drone pre-placed, you have a teammate watching it, you can get quick map control, get in the building fast. You can do quick sight executes through hatches or windows or whatever with her ability. She still has stuns or hard breach charge and a Gon 6. Very good utility. Or the shotgun. Or the SMG-12 or 11 for her secondary gun. And the G8 shreds too. I love the G8. I do love taking Amaru on Theme Park. You guys have probably seen that before if you've been following the channel for a while. Moving on to Ashe. I think Ashe is going to be... Lately, I've been seeing a lot more Ashe picks the last like month or two. She can probably be S tier at this point. Like, I see Ash played almost every round. Do I do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I think for this meta, Ash is very good. You have the 2 breaching rounds just to clear any gates, any shields, zombie barriers, so very good utility there. And you have claymores or breaches for vert play or for repels. She's a good repel operator. The G36, obviously one of the best guns on attack, so you're going to be doing work with Ash and a 3-speed, hard to hit. So Ash is very good. I'm still like on the fence if I want to put her S tier. She's going to be like probably the lowest S tier operator, but I will put her there still for sure. For sure. There's not going to be as many S tier ops in attack as there were on defense, I think. Because I think defense is just really OP right now. Defense is so good. Even more than usual. Okay, for Blackbeard, he's going to be D tier because he's not very good. Blackbeard fans, you're lucky I'm not putting him here in the F tier. I'm pretty sure that's where I had him last time, but there are some few good instances where you can play him, and he's very good if you're holding an angle because you get just a couple extra shots into your shield, so you have more of a chance to actually react to the fight against Speaker's advantage. Usually you just get your head taken off on him since you're playing online instead of local. Speaker's advantage is a huge thing online. But yeah, I think Blackbeard's going to be there. I'll make a TikTok on some good places I like playing Blackbeard maybe sometime. I've never really played him, but I do know of a good spot to play him. I haven't done it in a ranked match, but I still know of it. Okay, Blitz. Blitz is going to be C tier. Not the best. If you bring him out maybe on like an Oregon bunker rush or something, he could be very good. Like first round of defense half. Just bring the Blitz out and do some unexpected rush, and it will catch them off guard probably. Especially if you have good teamwork around him. This isn't a solo queue operator tier list like I did a month and a half back, right when the season started. If you want to check that out, that'll be on my channel too. If you're just wondering about like solo queue only, check that one out for sure. I have an attack and a defense one for that too. But yeah, I think Blitz is going to be good C. I'd recommend going Montane over him if you have a team, unless you're trying like some crazy rush strat, which isn't bad in this meta to do. If you whip out like 1 or 2 of those a game. Okay, Brava. I think Brava can be B tier. She's probably better than Amaru. I wouldn't play Brava every round, so that's why I'm not putting her in A or S. But if you play her a couple rounds a game on attack, and especially on certain sites, she's really good on border. I have been a fan of her there. I like playing Twitch there too, and she's kind of like a better Twitch. You can just hack their stuff instead of solely stealing it. I mean, not stealing it, solely destroying it, like a Twitch drone would. And they both have claymores or smoke, so same gadgets. It's pretty much just the gun difference and then the hacking ability she has. And she's really good at countering like Fenrir and Capcan. Thorn now. You can steal their traps instead of just totally destroying them. So that's very good against those trap operators. Very, very good. If you see a lot of like Fenrir against you or Capcan, like I said, or Thorn, I'd recommend taking Brava. She'll be really good. She'll be like S tier for those kind of games, but that won't be all the time. Honestly, I'll put her A tier. Just because of that fact, Fenrir actually is played a lot, and now Thorn, especially with a 1.5, I'm pretty sure she can steal the Thorn traps, right? If not, someone tell me down below, but I think she can. And I know she can steal Capcans too, and he's a really popular pick. So yeah, I'll put Brava A tier now. She's really good. I need to start playing her more in my full games I do. I'll try to get her in some, I promise. Buck is going to be S tier for sure. I love playing him in my games. You have so much. Really good gun. 1.5. You have the shotgun for opening soft hatches or walls or vert play. You can do it from below even. You have a Gon 6. He's just really good all around. I love playing Buck. And you have Harbreacher stuns, 2 of the best secondary gadgets behind grenades. So yeah, Buck for sure going to be S tier. Ahead of Ash 2 for sure. Okay, Capitao is going to be an A tier op. I think he's very underrated. One of the most underrated ops in the game. He actually has a lot. I love playing him on a CCTV site for Clubhouse because you can open the garage with a Harbreach yourself, and then you have the flame bolts and smokes to take garage and for a plant. So he's very good on that site. He's very good on a lot of sites, really, especially on Clubhouse and Oregon. For those like utility-based maps, Capitao is going to be very good. But he also has the para, just like Bravo. Bravo. Just like Brava. And that's a very good gun. It has like 50 damage, I think, with the extended barrel. 52 maybe? So I'd recommend using that. Dokkaebi. Dokkaebi right now in this meta is going to be an S tier operator. If you're running her with a team, or even solo queue, she's really good too. I love going her in solo queue. You can open soft hatches with the DMR, just a little known thing people don't really do as much. The calls are going to be great for hunting down roamers or aggressive players, and that's obviously the thing right now in this meta. If you can use the DMR, it's really good too, as long as you can just get that trigger finger down, especially on PC. I know she's better on PC even for the DMR, but I'm good with her gun on console too, so as long as you can use that thing, you can get a lot of kills with Dokkaebi. And the SMG-12, you control that. Amazing secondary to have up close. Just a headshot machine. And then, yeah, I think Dokkaebi's an S tier op. Better than Ash. Maybe Buck too, that's a close one. Finka is going to be around B tier. Like, Finka's fine. She has stuns, smokes, I think. If she had grenades, she'd still be like A tier or S tier. But she does not. Her gun's not the best now since they've nerfed them. It's okay, I guess, with the 1.5, but I play a lot of other ops. Her ability is the best part of her, the healing. She's like the only healer on offense, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she is. Nobody else can heal on offense. So yeah, I would put her B. Her ability is very good. She's kind of like a more supportive operator now. Like, I think she should be. She's in a good spot compared to how she was with the LMG meta. That was crazy. Actually insane. Flores. I think Flores can be low A tier. He can break a lot of utility. He's just very slow to play, which he doesn't fit the meta best because of that, but he's still really good on a lot of sites. I wouldn't put him S tier, but he can be A tier. That's fine with me. Really good gun too. I do like the AR-33. And he has stuns, so not too bad. Fuse. I think Fuse is underrated. If you play Fuse the correct way with the AK-12 2X sight or 1.5, you like that. I think Fuse is actually pretty good too. Like, most of the time I prefer Fuse over a Finka or an Armor. So I'll put him like upper B tier. I don't know if you can put him A tier, that's a little too high. But for some sites, he can definitely be like a really good pick. So I think B tier is a good spot for him. Kind of just middle of the pack. He can be really good, but not always. I think that's a good pick for him. Especially if you use the cluster charges to get active, if you like bait people with them. Like, put it on the floor and then go somewhere else, and you know they have to leave that room. So kind of like playing off your grenades. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just grenades. Just a lot of them raining down. You don't have much control over where they go, but in a way, you have perfect control over where they go. If you just use it correctly and play off the timing right. Okay, Glaz. I think Glaz is going to be like lower B tier. He has grenades, but that's the only thing really saving him. He has good secondary gadgets too. He has the Gon, the bearing, the really good Russian pistol that can like two-shot everybody. It's actually underrated. But I can't really put him much higher than that. He's 3-speed too. But his primary gun is just lacking compared to others, and his gadget. It can be really good for executes. Again, that's why I'm putting him in B. B is like, they can be really good if you play them right, but they're not going to be like easy mode like these operators up here. He won't give you everything like most rounds. You can have better stuff just because he is good. Like, in this meta, I think everybody's pretty good. That's why I'm not having too many low operators. Like, I don't think anybody's going to be F tier, but we'll see. Okay, Gridlock. Another B tier op, I think. Like, I'd rather have Nomad most of the time than Gridlock, because you can just shoot the stingers. But she does have her uses. She has a good gun still. A little slow, but that's fine. She has smokes. She is a good execute operator, because it's impossible to hear sound when all those gridlocks are going off near you, so I think that's the best way to use gridlock for executes and plants. So I think she can be like middle B tier. Probably somewhere around Armor. Okay, Grim. Grim is actually pretty good now. I'm wanting to put him in like B, but I might put him upper A or lower A tier. I think I'd rather have these guys over him, but he's literally wall hacks if you can get the Grims off correctly. Kind of like Gridlock, he's an execute-based operator. If you bring these two together, they're going to be very good. That would instantly bump them up both in the ratings to like upper A tier when played together. If you go for like a border plant on archives really fast, have like a Grim on the window shooting the bees around, have a Gridlock on the door trying to help the Montaigne plant, and it can be free every time. So good. Okay, for Habana, Habana's probably going to be S tier, right? She's always going to be a good secondary Heartbreaker choice if you're going on a map that needs like a Thermite or something. Like most instances you can take Habana, I think she's good on every site. There's usually going to be hatches or some long angles through a single reinforcement you need. I'm trying to think, like on Clubhouse, she's useful on every site. She can get rid of castle barricades, that's why she's good too. Just use 2 pellets for one on like Clubhouse Gym. She's good at taking away Kiba barriers. She has stuns, a really good gun, 3 speed. Habana's got to be S tier. There's no doubt about it. I put her above Ashe even, I think, but they have different uses, so it's hard to judge, really. Oh, Yana's instantly going to be best operator in the game. Like grenades, infinite droning, pretty much. 2 really good guns. Right now in this run and gun, TDM kind of game style that's going on, grenades are going to be our best friend. So if they have grenades, they're probably going to be pretty good. That's why Glaz is still B tier. You can take Glaz if you want, just because he has grenades. That's why he's also only B tier, though, because you can't really take grenades if you want to get good use of his gadget unless you have good teammates around you that have smoke. So if you don't have much teamwork, Glaz is kind of useless. I really struggled with Glaz in one of my solo games. I had to go him because somebody recommended him to me, and I wanted to for the challenge, so I had to struggle that one. I'm not the best Glaz player. Okay, next IQ. IQ can be B tier. I'll put it like bottom B tier. If I was playing, I'd rather have like IQ over Finka and Glaz. I think that's a good spot for her. Gridlock has better utility. Even Amr has better utility with all her secondary stuff. I think that's a good spot for IQ. She really just is good against countering like Echo or Valkyrie. Stuff like that. Even like trap operators now. She can counter like Pulse from Below, a Vigil, stuff like that. She's going to be good for. Or a Solus. But, her best ability is her 3 speed with an amazing gun. So she is good at running gun stuff. She's a good flex operator, so that's why she's like middle B tier. Not too bad at all. Okay, Jackal. I think Jackal will be like bottom A tier. He's not the best, really. He's not like stupid OP in every way. He's just very annoying. That's why he's the most banned operator. Just because he's so annoying to deal with. Like, you play Jackal and you're on easy mode, you can just walk around and see people's footsteps. It's so stupid. It takes no skill to do that. So, I just don't understand Jackal. I don't think they can ever fix that. They're not going to delete him from the game or anything. And that's kind of his main purpose, just scanning people's feet. So how are you going to fix that? You can't like rework it into something different. They've already tried that. It's not as bad as it used to be, but still very annoying to deal with. So I just hate going against Jackal. I ban him every time. Either Jackal or Dokkaebi's getting banned from me. I really don't care if they ban Thatcher, but those two, so annoying. So annoying. Okay, Callie. Callie's not the worst either. I think it's hard to say. I'd rather have her over a Blitz, I think, if I was playing. I'd probably pick Callie first. She has some stupid good utility too, kind of like Jackal. Or not Jackal, like Amru. But the rest of her stuff is kind of bad. Like, her gun is just so bad, having a sniper only. So if you're trying to push up close, it's going to be so hard. Her secondary is really good though, but a little bit jumpy. Not going to be as good as some other attacker weapons. It's kind of like a good defensive gun. That's why it's good on Clash. But you're going to have a lot better choices than Callie usually. I'm not putting her lower than that, though. She is going to be good for opening outside walls most of the time, especially in rank, because Cade's always banned. So it'll get things off the wall every single time. So if you bring like Callie and grenades from below, they can't ban a trick. And you take the stuff off the wall, so free breach. And she's good at getting rid of like shields and the zombie barriers and stuff. So yeah, very good operator still. I'm tempted to put her like lower B, but I'll leave her in C, I think, for now. Because Blitz isn't too bad either, but he's still C. You gotta have some operators down here, you know? Like, I'd rather have all of these over Callie at the end of the day. Okay, Lion. I think Lion will be somewhere around Jackal. In solo queue, I'd have him lower because you can't really do much with Lion. Besides shoot, because this gun is insane. 51 bullets on that thing. Like, come on now. So I think bottom A tier would be good, though. When you're working with a team, Lion's really good at pushing people out with his ability, freezing them up. So yeah, I think A tier is good for him. He has a Gone 6 too, so just another bonus, and stuns. So he can burn ADSs and clear himself. That's a huge thing in Siege right now. So A tier is going to be fair for him. I think Maverick in this meta kind of sucks. Like, he's a little slow getting the breaches compared to other ways you can do it. Like the Ace. He'll just get in the way most of the time. I swear, I always have some dumb Maverick trying to make random holes in the wall when we can just breach the wall with an EMP and a Ace charge. It's so annoying, man. So annoying. But when you're playing with a team, he has his uses still. Like, he can obviously get a cated hatch for free if you know what you're doing on the hatch. Some people do not. So, and if you Maverick trick a breach still, he's good. But again, it's just a little slower. You can just get the wall usually without having to do that. His gun is insane though. Run that thing with a vert grip, 2x, and an extended barrel, and you have 50 damage. It's basically like a old school, better version of the R4C ACOG. So if you're taking Mav, just take him as a fragger at this point. And he does have stuns too to help you out for that. Kind of like the old Ash R4C. I think Montaigne. I want to put him B tier, I really do, but I don't think you can play Montaigne every round and get away with it. I guess you can at a high level. If you're pushing around the Montaigne correctly, he is very good. I'll put him lower B tier too. I think that's fair. He is better than Blitz. Just be able to get so much intel with the shield up and put pressure on defenders. Like, he's real good at taking clubhouse rafters. Just walk up there and there's nothing they can do except for like traps, but you can avoid that too by shooting them or clearing them or whatever. Nook at this point. It's hard to tell how she's going to be now, but I think that took a big hit to her. I'm going to put her like lower A. Maybe even B. She has grenades though still, so I can't put her lower than A, I don't think. She's just not very good now, like sneaking up on people like an attacking cav. Which I like doing a lot in solo queue. It was very nice. Have my team distract him, I just sneak him in the back and kill everybody. You can still kind of do that, you're just a little louder now. So you gotta hope the people cannot hear when you're sneaking up. She still avoids cameras, obviously, so not too bad. I think A tier is fine for her. I'll put her above Lion and Jackal. Somewhere around like with Grim. I think I'd rather have her than Grim still. Before she was like S tier op, but I think that's good for her. Even with the nerf, she is good. Like, she's only as loud as everybody else still, I guess, at the end of the day. And she has grenades. So you don't need too much of an ability after that. Her gun's a little weaker than most, but if you can hit headshots, it's not too bad. Okay, Nomad. Nomad's going to be like A tier 2. Probably like right around with the Nook. Again, I'd rather have Nomad than Gridlock for flank watch. Just because their traps are way harder to avoid than just shooting the Gridlocks. And she has stuns. Good gun. I love the ARX with the 1.5. Okay, Osa. I think Osa's more situational than a lot of people try to play her as. I see some people bring an Osa every round and every map, but that just doesn't make any sense to me. She's a little too slow for that. You don't want to be playing Osa every round. For some kind of like very coordinated takes, though, she is very good. She is good on border, I know. I do like playing her on border. If you're playing like higher level players, though, there's going to bring a lot of impact and destroy your shields, and you're kind of useless at that point, besides having a really good gun. And she is one of the better secondary EMP characters for the flex EMP spot on your lineups, but I think higher B tier is good for her. If you want to put her A tier, though, that's fine with me. Sans, not the best operator either. I'm going to put him like upper C tier above Callie. Maybe lower than Callie. I think I'd rather play her, honestly. His gun is pretty good if you haven't tried it. It's kind of like Jaeger's gun, but with like 1.5 or 2x or ACOG even. Kind of like old Jaeger ACOG in a way. But he's not the most useful. Again, he's very good on coordinated takes with like Yings and Gridlocks, Grims, all that stuff that you just love going against. But it is super fun to play. So yeah, I think I think Sense is like C tier. Which again, not bad, he's situational. And that's not a bad thing at all, balance-wise. You need some operators like that. Sledge is instantly going to be S tier. I put him above Buck just because he has the grenades. You can take a Sledge every round and you will be set. I don't play him enough, honestly. I try to play other grenade ops first, like Yana and Nook, just because they're a little faster. I can sneak around more, but Sledge is still really good, with a vert plate too on top of that. His gun is good too, just a little lower on the fire rate, so better at body shots than if you're a headshot player. Thatcher. I don't think Thatcher's S tier. Even if he's unbanned, I want to play him every round. It depends what you're trying to do for a breach, or if you have a specific strat where you need to clear some traps on an area. He's good at doing that kind of stuff. But he's very slow. Again, gun's not the best with the fire rate. Very heavy hitting gun though. I'd say there's more useful choices in a lot of situations. Like most of the time, I'd rather have all these S tier operators than a Thatcher. But you can mix it in, and it's still good. So I think top A tier is good for Thatcher. Thermite. Thermite is really good on some maps for just the big breaches. He'll always be the best at making those. A big hole coming right up. I put him like right around like upper A tier. Somewhere around here. He's not very good in solo queue as well, but this is just overall around with the team. I think Ace and Habana are better hard breachers all around than him for more purposes, but Thermite's still good. He has his place. So I think that's a good rating for him. Twitch, like I said earlier, is kind of like a worse Brava. I put Twitch around like the lower A tier side of things at this point. I do love playing her personally because I'm insane with the F2. So I still like playing her, but I know a lot of people do not like the F2 that have been in my comments. So I mean, sounds like a personal problem to me. No, I'm just kidding. I know the F2 is very bouncy. But the DMR is good too. If you haven't tried that one, I'd recommend trying that one out. See how you like it. Maybe you're just not a DMR player though too, which I understand. But yeah, Twitch's guide is still really good for clearing stuff out. Okay, Ying. Ying's actually a very good operator too. I think very underrated. Kind of like Capitao in a way, but not as good. I'd say probably somewhere... It's hard to judge. There's so many A-tier ops here. It's hard to judge each one compared to each other. They each have their different purposes. That's why they're not S-tier. But they're very good at what they do. For what you need. So I'd put her around like mid-A-tier too. She has hard breach secondary or smokes too. Very good utility all around. You can just dump those smokes and candelas in, and there's nothing they can do about it. No way they have that many ADSs plus one Mine Magnets in one area, right? So you'll always be able to take something you need with Ying. Zero, I actually think Zero is one of the most underrated ops in the game. I don't know if I can go as high as A tier with him, because at the end of the day, in this meta, he's a little bit too slow. I think I'll put him A tier, though. I think that's fair, just like lower A tier. Behind Nomad, him and Lion are like the better flank watch operators in the game right now. Lion's not really the most flank watch heavy, but he still can do that with the Lion scans. It can help you out if you're watching it by yourself with cameras and stuff. But Zero's good at flank watch too. You can get very active too. I love playing Zero in solo queue because you have the 4 cameras for burning ADSs as well, and then you can clear stuff with a Gon 6. And the cameras can work by taking off something like bandit batteries or mute jammers off the wall. You can just shoot it below or something, zap it with your little camera, and then you can breach the wall with the hard breach charges. And you have a really good gun too. 2 really good guns. So all around, Zero can pretty much do everything you want. He's like the Swiss Army knife on attack. So I think that's a good rating for him. Last operator on attack, Zofia. I think Zofia is somewhere around Ashe. She's kind of a better Ashe with her utility, with the stuns. You can burn ADSs with those, or just stun people and see if a room's clear. But in a way, she's worse. She's way slower. Her gun's not as good. It's a little bit more bouncy, but still good. I think she'll be S tier still. I think if you played Zofia every round, you're not trolling or anything. Like, that's a really great pick still. So I think that's fair for her. I think this is a good amount of S tier operators. Like, if you play these guys every round, you'll do good. No doubt. And there's a lot of A tier operators too. I explained how the ratings worked at the start though. No F tier ops like I thought there would be, because everybody's good right now. They all have their own kind of place. I think the balancing of this game is in the best state it's ever been in, especially on attack, because the sights aren't as much of a problem. Obviously on defense we have the 1.5 conundrum going on right now, but I think if they just added 2x to every gun on attack and then 1.5 to all the defenders, I think that would fix some things mostly, because then attackers would be slightly better on peeking, which is how it should be. Defenders should be playing off their utility more than just taking every single fight they can. Either that or just remove 1.5s from the defense and then keep attackers how they are. And I think either way would fix the problem, but it's okay regardless. I've been having a lot of fun playing this game recently. Even if I haven't played too much, I'm looking forward to starting more though. I'm probably going to be upgrading to the next-gen console sometime, just since I'm really getting into YouTube here and you guys have really been loving the content the last couple of months. I'm almost at 2K subscribers, which is crazy to me. Never thought I would be here already. So thank you guys all for that. If you did like this video and want to see more of these, leave a like down there below. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.